Hey crew, be checking out the new ZD shocks I bought off Amazon. To my door for like 28 bucks. Canadian funds, mind you. We're gonna put them on. Here's the label to the package. If you want to order the same ones. We're also gonna check to see if they come with oil. We'll take them apart in case you're interested. Here's the bushing that seems to work in the top of the shock. It's from Axial, one of the crawlers, I understand. It fits perfectly. I had tried to rig something up, but that thing works perfect. No shimming needed. So for the bottom of the shock, I'm using an M3 nut, and I am replacing the bolt with an M3 by 20 mil. This is an 1/8 shock, so it is a little larger diameter than the stock ARRMA shock. So it kind of has to get offset forward a bit so we don't hit the A-arm. I'm just showing as a reference, and I will be. These are the new shocks. Dr. Phil will be performing some surgery today. They're pretty though, aren't they? What's nice about them is they're metal and they have the adjustable preload on them as opposed to the plastic. So my complaint is that once I put the Typhon arms on, I've lost some travel, and I've messed with different weights of oil also, up to 50 weight, and it was working really well, but I was just bottoming out all the time. So here's my reference point. Instead of I didn't have a tape measure handy, so you get the drift. We're right to the top of that knurled part of the screwdriver, or hex driver rather. Yeah, I was just hitting a wheelie bar really easily too. We'll see if we gain any height or just see how they perform. Tune into the second half of the video because we are going to beat the truck up a little bit and see how they perform. It's not just an instructional. All right, let's get rolling here. All right, cool. Got my spill kit, and we are off. So I'm gonna, as I take the old shock off, I'm gonna take it apart so you can have a quick look at how they're built. And I was advised to check, and I thought it was a good idea. You'll realize that, you'll see rather, that it was in fact low on oil. I have no idea what they come in. The oil is stock trim. I'm guessing around, feels pretty light, maybe around a 35 or 40 weight, something like that. And I just top them up with 50 just because that's what I had on hand. So I'll try to show you here, but it's definitely low. Wasn't typical. The rears had more than the fronts, I found. So I'm just going to top it up. And what's nice about these shocks also is that you don't actually need a shock tool or channel locks, because I'm a hack. I don't have a shock tool. But yeah, these are super easy to work on. It's nice that they have that little booty as well for the so that the shaft is protected. So I have a bit of a time lapse going here, but you'll want to do this quite slowly. Get the bubbles out. A lot of guys actually just will prop them and walk away for 15 minutes. I didn't bother doing that. Another feature of these, you're just gonna lose the excess. I think that's the nature of the beast here. There is a bleeder hole up top. I'm trying to show you that here, where the air and the excess fluid will come out. Cool little feature. I have been setting my shock so that there isn't any rebound because I believe that that's the spring's job. I could be wrong, could be right. It's been working for me thus far. I just have enough, ensure that there's enough in there that it just wants to move a little bit. Another tip, the top, guys, the O-ring, there is an O-ring up there, but I find if you over compress, over tighten, it just causes it to actually make it worse because then it'll spill out the sides. and then create a leak. So just hand tight, you don't have to kill it. That's it. She's pretty much there. That's just the preload adjustment screw, just getting it out of the way just to clean it. The collar, there's a cutout in the collar, goes around the shaft and clicks in. And I didn't mention later, there's a bit of a pillow ball or a pivoting ball in the bottom. So we use the bushing in the top, and there's the pillow ball in the bottom. So that bushing slaps right in there quite nicely, and it fits in the top of that shock mount beautifully. I got this tip from the guys on my Facebook group. It's an ARRMA 3S group. Thanks for the tip and the photo, guys. The bushings are 6 of them for like $3 or something. So that's the longer screw for the bottom. That's the 20 mil, and the existing washer. And what I'm doing, I'm putting a nylock on the back side, and this is to space it away from the arm. This is my approach, guys. If you dislike it or think of something different, by all means. Now I feel like you don't want to kill this pillow ball here, or else it's you're going to rid its function. So I am snugging it up so it's not like a ton of play, but we'll see how it goes. I guess you can't tell until you run it. And so I'm using the hole that's closer to the wheel, just to lay this down a little bit. I'm thinking I will try the other position eventually. I did put them there on the back, and it really messes with the toe out, and I didn't feel like messing around with that. I figure one way or another I'm going to try both positions. All right, so here's the rears. A little length comparison. I'm only going to show you the shock deconstruction and rebuild for one of them, guys. It's typical. So we have all 4 corners done at this point. They feel kind of soft. The front more so. But you can't tell really till you run it. And again, we're guessing at which weight is in there, and they're designed for a 1/8 buggy or truck, so time will tell. Really pretty though for 28 bucks, I must say. I don't have a servo in the truck right now. The front end's flopping around a little bit, but okay, here's the reference. You'll see that we don't actually gain a whole lot of height. So if I wasn't looking for height, so maybe I will change positions, but I'm going to run it like this today. Hopefully enjoy the footage. Stance looks tough. Pretty soft in the front, it seems. And I'm going to run it without any preload, just as it sits, just like this. I'm fired up. Yeah, who knows, maybe down the road actually we'll use a different weight even in the shocks. It's fun to experiment with a bottle of shock oils, like $5. All right, guys, let's bash. Ooh, lots of rocks out here. We're testing out new shocks today, guys. New location, and we have 0 preload right now. Woo! And it's pretty heavy terrain here. Yeah, feels great. Didn't even hear it bottom out. The old shocks, so the whole point of the upgrade is that it's just slapping even over small jumps. Oh, that feels great. It sounds great rather too, and it seems like it's handling really well. Whoop, missed that one. I don't think so. No, just gotta follow the rules. Ooh, heavy mud. Oh, thanks. I don't want to go through the mud. I'm okay to get it wet, but that's like thick mud. Will you move your car out of the way? Please? Whoa. I'll take it. I would hit this thing fast if I could just hit the ramp. Oh man, 28 bucks on Amazon. Kidding me? Ooh. It loves it. You can see it's absorbing. Like, this is hard dirt, and it's I feel like the handling is better because the back end usually just wants to fly up the ice. So far, these, watch out, brother. Not sure what she said. So these shocks feel so much better than my old setup. Mind you, I was really happy until I did the Typhon ARRM modification. Then I just found that the stock shocks, they just weren't doing enough. And I went up to 50 weight oil. It worked really well, but I was slapping on everything. Like, it just wasn't enough travel. But so these are about 1/2 inch longer. And I chose the wider position on the A-arms to lay the shocks down a little bit. And right now, without any preload, feels pretty great. Oh, saying they hit this ramp. I do have a ton of play in the front end, so I'm gonna address that soon. Yeah. Ruby, you ready for a try? All right, listen, I'm loving that. Oh, see that rock? It hit me right in the shoulder.
Daddy, look at that charger.
What do you see? Oh, love it. This thing is a maniac. Ooh. That possibly is the biggest error I've maybe ever done. Video worthy. I think it took me so long because I realize, and now it's proved itself, it just doesn't break. Just doesn't break. All right, hopefully you can see that. I just put it down about 3/8 of an inch on the preload. Let's see the difference. there, sweetheart. So we've stopped running, and a bit of sag there, but man, it's doing a really good job with that weight. Sagging a bit. I could probably afford to put a little preload in the back as well. But that's the footage. What do you think, Bennett? Does that thing fly pretty good?
What's that?
That's the Velcro strap that holds the battery in. Pump! She's luggy out here. Awesome. All right, we'll put it on. Put the GoPro on top. We're gonna run out of battery soon, I have a feeling, but that was bad. GoPro, stop recording. I knew that was gonna happen. Ooh. 2S might not have quite the punch for a backflip. That was borderline. Crazy fun today. Look at the mud on there. Fun day?
Yes.
Hey you, fun day?
Yeah.
Bennett's car broke once again. Every time we come out. Whammo, good bash. Peace. Say bye.
Bye. Bye. Peace.